Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA.
Where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AFA way. And in case you have forgotten, it's Monday and we're here to remind you, Mark.
It's Monday, baby. You're absolutely fucking amazing, exactly as you are. There is no need to change or get any better or to get a degree or move or change your hairstyle, which would be difficult for me. But the point of the matter is, you're absolutely amazing exactly as you are. So revel in that. Here's
Good.
Monday, April 26th. This is a great day to start. You're
Oh,
absolutely amazing.
and Mark, how was your absolutely amazing birthday this weekend?
Oh my gosh. I had such a good
Happy
time.
birthday.
Oh, thanks, babe. I had such a good time. I got to see my aunt and uncle and my dad and his girlfriend, and I got to spend it with my wife, and it was just absolutely perfect. We had such a good time. And yeah, another year around the sun. Happy to be
Another,
here.
another
Morning,
trip
Beth.
around the sun. Good
Yeah.
morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
So how you
Your
feeling,
daily
Sherry?
dose of AFA.
You
Oh,
were not feeling well last week. How are you feeling today?
it's very, very interesting. I'm feeling much better, but it's
Mhm.
very interesting when when you're not slowing down and your body wants to slow down and the universe is, you're not paying attention. Guess what? What's going to happen? You're just going to get hit really hard. So I
Mm.
have an autoimmune condition, and basically I take care of myself pretty good, but sometimes I slack off on different areas. And I basically flared up pretty bad. And so the pain flare for me is all up in my neck and upper shoulders. And then it affects I get nauseous from being in pain. So it's like this
Mhm.
whole cycle, and then dehydrated and the headache. And so I was a mess. But I'm doing much better. I did a ton of self care. Trust me, it was really, really hard to skip on Friday. Knowing that I skipped on Friday made me realize that, wow, there is something really out of balance for me to not be able
It
to
was
sit.
all good. It was
It's all good.
fine.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah, you may have physically skipped, but you were there. You were fine.
can I
You were
tell
a
you?
great co-host.
I, I didn't
Oh, on
even
Friday,
watch.
I think that was the best day. You were the best co-host ever on Friday. For sure.
I
Right,
really,
everybody? You guys were here. Sherry was magnificent on Friday.
the spirit of Sherry, right?
The
Oh,
spirit of
goodness.
Sherry. Funny you should say that. We're going to talk about that in a little bit,
Mm,
aren't we?
we are.
The spirit
Absolutely.
of Sherry.
The
Yeah.
spirit, the
So
spirit.
I'm so glad you're feeling better.
Yeah,
And
me too.
and yeah, yeah. And you look great. So,
Thanks. Well,
right
lots
on.
of life lessons, and we're going to share those, like how we, what do we do if we
Hey,
navigate off the path and,
we're on this journey
things
together.
become exactly.
Yeah, right.
After all, we're all walking each other home, right?
That's right.
After all.
Yes. All right. So let's kick it up, baby. Let's go right into the daily love. The daily love today. It's about money. Oh, good morning,
Ooh.
Anita. It's about money today. And so I pulled it from another landmark book. It's called Inventing New Futures. And it really is about the concept of money. So let me just read a little bit. So the form and composition of money may change, like livestock, beads, metal, paper, bitcoins, but the significance of it remains. And money is a fact of life, yet most of us understand it far less than we do all the other facts of life. And really, almost none of us stood in its presence the way we might with a redwood, a Rembrandt, or a starry desert night. So it's worth looking at how we arrived at our ideas and values about money, how we were raised, the money memories we have, the array of inherited conversations, what money signifies about us. And you know what? It's difficult to have an effective working relationship with anything or anyone when we don't know what or who is operative, or worse, when we identify something as something it's not. So when you get behind all of that and you figure out where you really got your values about money, you understand that you had nothing to do with it. You inherited your value of money from your parents, your grandparents, the people around you.
Yep.
Your concept of money is not one that you actually arrived at yourself.
You know, and the thing is
Yeah.
also having the ability to change it too when the concept is way
Yes.
off. So,
Right.
you know what I mean?
But
So
in a dollar bill, like
I'm not gonna lie, my concept of money was way off. Like
mine too.
I thought it grew on trees.
It was an unworkable relationship. So this right here, right? This dollar bill, I mean, what is it really? It's a piece of paper with something printed on it that we all agree is worth $1, which,
Right,
by the way, the value of that dollar changes, right? The value of
right.
this dollar 25 years ago is not the value of the dollar when I purchase something today. So it's all about the concept of money. Happy
Mm,
Monday, Shelley. It's
good
about
morning.
concept. So if money's a concept and it's not
Right,
something that's solidified, you can
right.
change your concept of money.
Ooh, you certainly
Yeah.
can. Here was
Now
a really cool.
yeah.
There was a book that I read. It was a long time ago,
Mhm.
and it was about manifestation money. And basically, this is really funny. What the guy said in the book was every single time you get a bill and you're writing out the bill, write a check out to yourself for the exact same amount and put it in an envelope. So,
I've done exercises before where they say, "You know what? Write a check for $1,000,000 and put it somewhere. Write a check, like, post date it for a year in advance, write out a check for $1,000,000 and put it somewhere." I did that. I put it in a safety deposit box.
no
And,
way.
it's like it's the mindset. You're changing
Yeah,
your relationship to money. So I did this
yeah,
landmark seminar called the Money Seminar. And,
yep,
a lot of people showed up thinking that for a money seminar, they're gonna teach you like all the other money seminars, rich dad, poor dad. How do you make more money? How do you make more money? How do you make more money? And when we got there, the first
sell
thing they
weed.
said,
No,
yeah, the
sorry,
first thing they said when we got into the
sell
first
drugs.
moment of the seminar was, "Hey, if you're here thinking you're gonna learn how to make more money and you're gonna learn how to manage your money better, yeah, this is the wrong seminar. Yeah, that's not the money seminar here is not about that. But what it is about is we're going to change your relationship to money
There
because
you
it
go.
is a relationship like any other relationship.
Mhm.
And so what was my relationship to money? Mine was, I had grandparents that raised 6 kids during the depression and my mom was a product of that, right? And she was the one who influenced me the most. In her concept, the concept that I was given from them was money, you have to work hard for it. It does not come easy, and you better save every penny. And so, what does that produce? That produces a person that every time they spend money
Scared.
on themselves or they spend money, they
Yeah.
feel guilty. So,
Right.
a dysfunctional relationship. I had to reset that. And now, after doing the work, money is simply another tool that helps me to live this amazing life and it allows me to have experiences with my loved ones, which is the real treasure, my friends and family. And
Yes.
that's it. It's just another tool in the toolkit. I don't need to have anything beyond that attached to it.
Mark, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome. So
so,
it was about relationship, changing a relationship.
mhm.
So, like, this is really cool. So, how do we parallel that over to cannabis?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've
Easy.
all had, I don't know about you, but we've all had
Changing our
I've
relationship.
had this dysfunctional relationship with cannabis for a long time because of the messaging that we've had from our law enforcement. And my dad is a retired state trooper, so the messaging was pretty strong in my household. Drugs are
Right.
bad. You better not do them. And
Right.
so what is it? What was it with cannabis? That it
Yeah.
was that it was a gateway drug, that it was bad, that you'd end up doing heroin if you did it, that only losers did it, and all of these negative stereotypes, all of these
Exactly.
negative
The
messages that were
reefer madness.
completely and absolutely untrue.
False. 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 And
It
so
was
that is
their
why.
fault.
So that is why we were here on Monday. Is that Jamie in the background?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm hearing an echo.
No, no, no. Am I
Okay.
echoey? Good
Yeah, there
morning,
was a
Laura.
quick echo. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Motivational Monday.
Here we
So, right. So why are we doing this? Why do we show up every single day? Well, we're going to tell you why. Mondays are big days for us. The National Council State Boards of Nursing, right? This is what motivates us as nurses. I never learned about this in nursing school, and neither did Mark.
No.
And so in 2018, in July of 2018, the National Council State Boards of Nursing, who puts out the guidelines in the Nursing Journal of Nursing Regulations for medical cannabis, and what they identified was 6 essential areas of clinical knowledge about cannabis for all nurses, nursing students, and advanced practice nurses.
Yeah.
So what does that make you think? Well, if people are having stigmas around cannabis, or they don't understand it, or they understand the plant, they need to change their relationship with it.
Right.
And so that's what we're talking about today.
That's why we're here. We're really relationship counselors. That's what we are. That's seriously.
Yeah.
Between the two of us, we have some pretty good experiences with relationships.
There we go. And we can help you to develop a healthy relationship
Yes.
with cannabis.
A healthy relationship with cannabis. One that is beneficial to you as a human being. Morning, Carrie Lee.
Good morning, sunshines.
So what are we talking about today, Sherry? We're talking about the number 6, right?
Yeah, the
essential areas of knowledge.
Yep. And so the 6th one says the nurse shall approach the patient without judgment regarding a patient's choice of treatment or preference in managing pain or any other distressing symptom. So when we talked a little bit about this before, right, we said that there is no place in human caring for judgment, right? And then we're taking it a step further. Like when Mark and I talk about it, when we open up our show, we want to change stigma around what it means to feel good and be high. That's why we say the H for hope, I for inspiration, G for growth, and H for healing. So the first thing that cannabis has brought so many patients is that hope. And what is that hope? Right? It's a connection that something could be different.
Right. Most of the time, I'd say almost 100% of the time, when people end up at the Green Nurse, they've tried everything else. Like, this is the last ditch effort. They're even though they have a stigma surrounding this, they just have no other options left. And so they're here at the doorstep saying, hey, I have no hope left. I don't have any hope that anything's going to work because I've tried so many things from the experts and nothing has worked. So that's the first thing we establish is hope.
We do. We bring that hope. And, and through the hope, it's about connecting, having that transpersonal connection where you meet the patient where they are and you allow them to tell their story without getting stuck in the story. Right. So, sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. So hope, that's the first thing that came to me was hope. Right. And then what happened with that hope is that you become inspired. Wow, this plant works. Holy schmoly. I got to figure this out. Right. The spirit of the plant has come into your body and you become inspired. And the inspiration really almost lights a fire under your ass to do something different. Right. And that's when you grow, the growth. And then what happens? Healing, right? Healing slowly but surely. Healing isn't the absence of illness or disease, but it's doing the best you can with what you have right here, right now, and creating those new patterns so you can live your best life regardless of what's going on outside of you. Cannabis is an amazing adaptogen. So what we're going to explore a little bit today is spirituality as the root of cannabis care.
Yes.
Mark.
And so spirituality defined, Sherry, spirituality is the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
Right. So entheogens, right? Think about it, plant entheogens. You hear us always talking about plant medicine. And so entheogens are psychoactive substances, right, that produce or include alterations in perception,
Hmm.
mood, consciousness, cognition, or behavior for the purposes of developing our spirits.
Yes.
And as we know, we talked about this in the past, cannabis has served as an entheogen dated back as far as 2000 BC.
Oh, even further back. That's just when we started writing things down, right?
Right,
So
exactly.
well further back than that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's when we
yeah.
started to really notate or even further. Yeah.
Notate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking into all of this, what
Hmm.
about all these cultures, Mark? That we
India, China, Asia, Africa, German paganism in the Middle East, and multiple other indigenous tribes throughout the world. And Sherry, I
Right,
think it's really cool, and to note that, cannabis is a plant that started in Central Asia, right? That's where it was endemic. That's where it was grown, right?
right. Hmm.
Or where it naturally occurred. And yet it is spread across the globe. Why was this one plant chosen to be picked by human beings and carried with them to a new place where it was grown again and grown again? Because it is such a powerful medicine, both physically and
There
spiritually.
you go. The plant was saying, "Take me with you. I
That
won't
right,
disappoint you ever.
right.
Take me with you. I will love your mind, your body, and your spirit
Yes,
forever."
yes, yes. That's
Whispering the
right.
wisdom of the plant,
Mhm.
whispers, you
Yeah,
know.
so it's used in shamanic and pagan cultures to ponder religious and philosophical studies, right? It allowed them to just expand their consciousness to really sort of think about these things that, I mean, at that time, we're talking about life was a daily grind, like finding food, living, the basic necessities. That was mostly what you focused on. So to have this moment of actually pondering the bigger questions, think Maslow's hierarchy, right? You got
Right,
to take care of those base things in the pyramid to get to this point of the self-actualization and thinking about the bigger picture about
right.
why we're even here. So
Absolutely.
that's what cannabis allowed for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, exploring the human mind and subconscious for enlightenment. I know when I first smoked cannabis, it cracked my head open. Whoop, felt like
Mhm.
consciousness poured in, right? Things started to connect the dots. Things that didn't make
Mm.
sense started to make sense. So really, really great for going in
Yeah.
and to try to, process really great adaptogen to help us process emotions in our
Yeah.
mind, go deep, breathe,
Yeah.
heal.
That's
How
right.
about this one, Mark? This one's your
Yeah.
favorite.
What? Used as an aphrodisiac during rituals and orgies? Oh, yeah, the daily love on Saturday was about sex and sexuality and about how we've labeled it as sinful and, all of these things that have been put down upon us, by the way. Your opinion, again, whether it's money or sex, it wasn't something you came up with. It's something that you were given and you
Yeah,
accept as being the truth about it. And guess
yeah,
what? It's not. So,
yeah. And
sexuality or money, you get to choose what your thing is. So
I'm
Saturday was
not
about
you.
that.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. What do you think? I think cannabis makes sex better. Mark, would you agree?
Oh, hands down. Absolutely increases sensitivity, lowers inhibition, just causes you to
Get a little
really be more in
playful.
the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loosen up. Feel more
As opposed to
playful.
alcohol, which I'm sure some of us
Oh,
maybe have participated in drunk sex before, which was just awful.
it's just awful.
Just terrible.
Yeah.
You know? It's the worst. So here we are, cannabis,
Period.
sexuality,
Better
spirituality.
choice. The better choice. There
Mm,
you go.
yeah,
Exploring spirituality through sex and cannabis. There you go.
why
There's
not?
another.
Why not, Sherry? Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
Exactly.
so let's consider that spirituality is the
Is
root
the
of
root.
cannabis.
Yeah. So think about root, this plant.
Mhm,
Cannabis has roots going right into the ground, right? All the nutrients, we want to feed those roots. So,
mhm,
root defined is the part of the plant which attaches to the ground, typically underground, to support delivering
mhm.
water, nourishment, nutrients to the rest of the plant via the numerous branches and fibers. So, it's the
Right.
basic cause, the source, or the origin of something.
Right. And
Just like Mark
consider
said.
the
Yeah.
root, you can cut off the rest of a plant. And many times for trees, for example, you'll cut that tree down and you'll leave that root in, that tree will regenerate. You'll see a new sprout
Yeah.
come up because
Yeah.
the root is intact. So this is the root. Spirituality is the
The
root.
root, the essential, the core, right? And then it gets back to you can even make the parallel over
Mhm.
to being AFA, right? So the whole
Absolutely.
being of AFA, that's the
That's your
core of who
root.
you are. That's your root.
Yeah, that's the root of who you are, is an amazing, amazing, absolutely perfect being.
Right. So
Mm,
spirituality is the root of cannabis care. AFA, thinking you are absolutely fucking amazing, is the root of who you are. So the
yes.
essential and the core. So now we're going to tie in a little bit. Like I
Mhm.
love, because we're into energy and we've been studying energy. I've been taking part in all kinds of energy workshops my entire life. So we talk about chakras,
Oh,
right? What are
yeah.
chakras? So chakras are the Sanskrit word for wheel or life force center.
Mhm.
So and like the reason why I like to bring this up is because anandamine is the Sanskrit word for bliss, and anandamine mimics the THC molecule. So I
Sure.
want you all to try to see how this is going to fit together, because I meditated on this one. So think about these chakras or energy vortexes. They're
Yeah.
centers of consciousness that controls the mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. They're described as the wheel of light or our life force energy. So
Right.
each chakra is connected to a spiritual principles, and there's 7 of them. So
Mhm.
basically, let's think about how this ties together. So the root chakra, right? Roots nourish the plant from
Uh-huh.
below. The root is connected to Mother Earth or the feminine energy, right? So
Mhm.
that's between our legs, connected to the earth, keeping us grounded. The life force energy, this
Right.
grounds our physical body into this earth plane. Okay, right? Which we need. We need to be nourished. We need to take care of our physical bodies.
Sure we do.
And then what happens? Mark the sun.
Oh, the
Oh,
sun. Whoa. The sun nourishes the plant from above. The
right.
crown chakra, connected to the masculine. The seventh chakra, connected to the spiritual realm and receives energy, light, and information. People with fully developed crown chakras have been known to have more control over their mental and emotional bodies.
Right. So think about, so this is so cool too. So think about this, right? What does the plant do? The plant grows towards the light. So let there
Mhm.
be light, let there be light, let there be light. And
Yeah.
so as it grows towards the light, what happens? It starts to flower and bloom,
Mhm.
right? And just that's how we do, that
Yeah.
hope and inspiration for growth and healing,
Mhm.
right? So spirituality, and this is a principle, as above, so below. It's one of the universal laws. The law of correspondence, which expresses the idea that there's always harmony and correspondence between several planes of existence: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Boom. Today's lesson. I thought it was so fun, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
So why do we talk about this? Well, because as practitioners, we need to consider how to nourish our patients, not only their body, but their
Mhm.
mental, emotional, and spiritual selves and working with them, right?
Right, right.
3 cheers.
And, being
Boom.
trained Western medical practitioners, Sherry, we're very much trained in just the physicality. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes we bring in the mental, right? Not
Yeah.
that much though, still not
Mm,
that much, right?
not as much
If
as we
somebody
should.
says, "Oh, I'm not, feeling well mentally," typically in the physical practitioner world, we say, "Oh, we're gonna push you over into this specialty over here because 'cause we're not gonna touch that with
You
a
don't want
10
to
foot
talk.
pole.
Exactly.
Here you go. We're gonna put you over here." But we never get to the spirituality. That's like it's
Ever
almost as if that word is stigmatized within
in
Western
itself.
medicine, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh
Don't you feel
yeah.
that way?
Oh, totally. So you know what? So
Yeah.
how do we get rid of stigma? We talk about it, right? We
Well,
talk about
that's
it.
right. We have the hard conversations. We talk about it.
Right? And it's the spirit of the plant. It's
Mhm,
alive. Y'all know that. It comes into our bodies. It goes where it needs to go. It does what it needs to do to bring homeostasis and balance.
mhm.
It is the most fascinating adaptogen I've ever encountered in my life. I'm in awe. every day that I work with this plant and learn about this plant and take care of patients.
Yeah.
And so, it is really important. That's why Mark and I do this, where it's really fun
Exactly. That's why
to
we do it.
teach you
And we
guys.
do it because we have such amazing people stop by.
Stopping
Ashley,
by. Yeah.
thanks for giving us a little love there and saying we're amazing. And Shelley and Emmanuel from Belfast,
Well,
Ireland.
woohoo!
Welcome.
Ireland. I'm
Welcome.
half Irish.
Listen, yeah, hey, we're from New England, babe. We're Irish, Scottish, and English. There's a lot of us here. Oh,
There's a
yeah.
lot of us. Yeah, I know. I'm just goofing.
Ah,
Just goofing. Nurse Mark.
love it. My people.
My people.
So
So,
back
Mark.
to energy healing and other types of alternative healing modalities they have the capability to support a person's support a person's spirit for the healing trajectory, the
Yes.
total spirit, mind, and body.
There we
And
go.
cannabis is part of
Mm.
that.
Yes, it is.
Because
Boom.
Sherry, listen, of all medications, all medicines that are available out there in the broad categories of medicine, cannabis is the one that actually does touch on spirit, mind, and body.
All at the same
Benzodiazepines do
time.
not touch your spirit.
No.
No.
Destroy them.
Yeah.
Cannabis for the win.
I don't want to malign benzodiazepines. They have a role to play, believe me.
Yeah.
Occasionally, if anxiety's really kicked up, a benzo is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure there's a few
Yeah.
people out there who have
They
experienced
call it the emergency. Well, that's what it is, right? The emergencies. If needed.
Yeah.
If needed.
We have a question, Cher. Maybe you can help answer this one. Sherry has a question about her favorite way to take her favorite route of administration is a vape pen, but she's worried about her lungs. And I guess I agree.
I'll tell you. Here's how I like
my favorite way to do it. It's very convenient and it probably does have its place, but I'm not a huge fan of vape.
All right, I'll show you something really quickly.
Yep.
This is a vape pen. Do I use this all day, every day? No, I use it as emergencies. So for me, the vape pen is if it's quick, it's easy. But I like combining. Mark and I talk about this all the time when we're working, and it depends upon what you're looking to treat. But medicating multiple different ways using multiple different types of products, I'm fine works the best. So that way, but inhalation works great for a lot of people, but there's better ways of doing it. And the reason why too is you don't know how hot this is. If the vaporizer pen, some of them have temperature gauges, you should always vape at the lowest. What I prefer too for patients to use is the dry herb vape. So you get the plant itself and you buy that dry herb vape and you grind it up and you stick it in the machine and then it
and it literally vaporizes.
It doesn't combust it
much
vaporizes
lower
the oil.
temperature. Yeah.
And so
Maybe we should do a show on that, Sherry. Maybe we should do a show about the vaporization and better ways, not better ways, but different ways to
comparing.
Utilize the inhalation route of administration, because it gets a bad rap sometimes, but it's a hell of a way to deliver this medicine.
Yeah.
Very effective and absolutely one that should be utilized.
Yeah. That was I'll just give an example. I couldn't get anything in on, Friday. So I didn't vape, I dabbed, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Combination of CBD, CBG, as a matter of fact, got it in right away. I was able to take in my tinctures and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tool. I like it as a tool. I like it as needed. And, but everyone's different. So, what are you looking to manage? What are the other things that you can incorporate into your life? And also the cartridge, where is it from? Is it tested? What type of coil? And the battery itself, how hot does it get? So I like to know all of those questions when, educating. There are better ways of doing it for sure.
Yeah. So you know what, Sherry, thanks for mentioning that, because now we're going to do a show just on that. On inhalation. I think that's a great idea, Sherry. We're going to have to fit that into the curriculum.
That definitely. And it'll be good too, because, the thing is that cannabinoids and terpenes, Cannabinoids and terpenes are volatile, meaning that they burn at specific temperatures.
Mhm.
So that's a good thing to know
Yeah,
too, because if you're burning everything off, right,
yeah.
you're not really
And
getting the
Laura
medicine.
Laura popped up that UI certified is PAX for vaping. She says it's the best.
Here you go.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
you
you.
know what? We are definitely gonna do a show about the routes of administration. We'll do
Yeah.
one just on inhalation. And by when I say that we're gonna put it together, I actually mean that Sherry's gonna do it because she's so freaking awesome at it. She's so detail oriented. Like she gets this, like, oh my gosh, all these show notes, the shows that are put together. Oh my God, it's Sherry. It's
No,
Sherry.
but
I
hey,
just
Mark.
show up. I just show up and just
Yeah,
love
but you
every
know what
bit
though?
of it.
I'm gonna tell you, your daily love. Oh, you're
Ah,
on fire.
ah, ah.
Yeah, we're a good team, I think. Don't you think?
You know what? I think we are a good
I
team,
think
Sherry.
we're a
I
really
think we
good
should
team.
keep doing this. What do you
I
think?
think we
Let's
do.
show up again tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I deal.
Okay, deal.
Pinky
Done.
promise. Pinky promise.
Pinky swear. Woo. Okay, we're on.
We're
Shelly.
on.
Shelly likes smoking joints. Why not?
Why not?
That is the most traditional method for doing it. Whoop.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong
exactly.
with
Exactly. I actually like a
it. Yeah.
cold bubbler. Like I like the bongs that have the water bubblers and you make them really cold. So it's like a nice cool.
Sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. We got it, folks. We're doing a whole show on inhalation.
All
Maybe we'll
right.
actually demonstrate, Sherry,
I have to get a new
I don't
one.
know, Facebook might get kooky about that.
Oh yeah, they might get mad. Me doing
Yeah,
bong
they might get
rips,
mad and not
bong
let us
rips on
do it
in the
because,
morning show.
Facebook, definitely their ethical standards are what I live my life and through, When
Yeah,
Facebook says it's good, I do it, and when they say it's bad, I don't because,
because they
Facebook
know best.
conscience? Yeah, conscience. Yeah.
Conscience.
Ah.
Nah.
So here we
No.
are.
Here
We're at
we
the
are.
end. What do we got left? What do we got left?
That's it. What do we got left?
What do we got
We
left?
have. Okay, so tonight is we got one thing tonight going
Yeah.
on. For those that are interested in Healy,
Mhm.
there is Denise, Michelle, and Carrie Lee are going to be meeting tonight. You can go to the event right in
That's
the
like
Green
Mo,
Nurse if
Larry,
you
and
want to learn.
Curly, isn't it?
Mo Larry. I love them. They're awesome. They're the
That's
best.
the best.
The
They really
best.
are. So they'll
And
be doing
then
the Healy tonight.
the Healy tonight. Yep. We just have our shows the rest of the mornings,
Mhm.
every day, 8 a.m.
Mhm.
And then at 9 a.m. on Friday, we are going to resume Frequency Fridays, which is that energy healing machine, which I love it. And that's what we have. And we're working on our Wednesday night show. We had a cancellation, a last minute cancellation. So
Yeah.
we're working on a new
It
guest.
means that there's an amazing guest that's going to be booked for Wednesday night because whoever was scheduled had to get moved out of the way for this amazing guest to
This
pop in.
new,
So
yeah, we
the
were going to have
universe provides. So here we go.
It's going to be a surprise guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
All
Sherry,
right.
I'm having an AFA day already. Oh
Me
my
too, Mark.
gosh. Only going to continue. And yeah, I have to hear you say it because I missed it on Friday. What's it all about?
Mark, it's all about living your best life and helping others do the same.
Yes. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Love you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. We'll see you tonight, but we'll see you again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here